Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe. Thanks for your support on Patreon, Adam and the Anthony Bergeron. Hello and welcome to the WrestleTalk Super News. I'm Ollie Davis. We've got a packed show for you today, including CM Punk's latest reference to All Elite Wrestling, CM Punk to AEW confirmed, all the latest on New Japan after Jon Moxley won their US title yesterday, and will WWE be adding a controversial match to Friday's Super ShowDown? Click the timestamps in the video description below to jump to any of those stories right now, and make sure to have a super click party. Super click! And give us a subscribe, click the thumbs up button, and answer our question of the day down below. Who is the hottest star in wrestling right now? Because I'll be replying to people in the comments from out of nowhere, telling you it's WWE referee Rudy Charles. What a ref. But first, today I have something super serious to talk to you about. Exercise! I mean, Bray Wyatt's Firefly Funhouse riddle from last month. Wyatt's latest character reincarnation has been the most consistent excellent thing in WWE since WrestleMania, and last month he challenged his Fireflies to find an extra layer beneath the complexity. Fun game time! Bet you didn't know that in 2015 I did 8 consecutive backstage promos where one sentence didn't belong in each of them. But together they make up a secret message. No one ever found it. Sad face emoji. You guys never look hard enough. First one to get it wins a prize. It's a fascinating idea that Bray could have been planning his new character as early as 4 years ago, foreshadowing Firefly Funhouse with oddly placed promo lines. But despite Wyatt tweeting additional clues, nobody came up with the secret message, let alone the actual out-of-place scripts from 2015. So Bray revealed the lines to us. What makes you smile? I know you're listening. Let me in. We don't belong here. What happened to you was such a tragedy. Limbo is no place for a soul like yours. I believe I found the answer. The angel with the burnt wings is waving you on home. That was almost a month ago, and now one fan has finally solved the riddle, replying to Bray's tweet. I get it now. These are the names of the episodes, with Wyatt confirming. Excellent! Interestingly, the number of titles implies only 8 episodes of Firefly Funhouse have been made, and this week's Muscle Man Dance episode was number 7, meaning we only have 1 more left. Wyatt suggested as much, tweeting again about the episode title list. One of them wasn't an episode so far. I'm sure you understand. That means next week's episode, The Angel with the Burnt Wings is Waving You on Home, could be the final installment of Firefly Funhouse, and we'll be seeing Wyatt's new character debut live soon. If only there was some way to confirm my theory. This week I tweeted gimmick repackaging extraordinaire Bray Wyatt. Yowie wowie, Bray Wyatt. Pumpkin face emoji. Wizard emoji. Bird raptor emoji. Pig emoji. I genuinely appreciate how much thought and complexity you've weaved into your new character. What does Braun Strowman's beard feel like? It looks wiry, but I bet it's soft. Please retweet. Much love, OD Kiss. It's just to get a beard that long, you've got to be putting a lot of product into it. Otherwise, it'll make it itch. So it's going to be quite soft. Like if he got you in a rest hold, just be like a nice cloud of hair sitting on the top of your head. Still hasn't replied though, so oh god damn it, I forgot to ask about the episode titles. But Bray hasn't been the only one playing games with people on social media. 2 months ago, CM Punk made his return to professional wrestling. CM Punk return confirmed by turning up at a show for Wisconsin-based MKE Wrestling wearing a mask, where he ran in, hit a GTS, and ran out. CM Punk return over. It was later revealed that Punk had actually made at least 2 similar appearances with his identity hidden over the last few years, fitting in with what he told ESPN after leaving WWE. I could pop up here and there. It's not going to even be televised. It's going to be me in a ninja outfit, wrestling one of my buddies, and nobody's ever going to know. It's going to be very Monty Python, so to speak. While Punk's run-in for MKE Wrestling in April was apparently for sentimental reasons, as the venue was where he first started out in the industry and it was to be torn down soon, this got speculation and mania running wild over whether he could turn up at AEW's debut show the following month, Double or Nothing, especially with reports that he was AEW president Tony Khan returns! First pick for the promotion and his joke tweet just 3 days before the event, OMG, AEW confirmed. And now Punk is back to trolling fans about a move on his Instagram, posting to his story, Guys, OMG, I heard a rumor. It's finally happening. Proud to announce the latest signing to AEW. And then posting a picture of Prince Karis with the hashtag AEW and welcome to AEW, Prince Karis. Prince Karis to AEW confirmed. Prince Karis, as you might be able to tell from that picture, is a 4,000-year-old mummy who used to wrestle for Jim Cornette's early 90s promotion Smoky Mountain Wrestling. And it's the Young Bucks who are exposing the industry with too many super kicks. Punk, of course, wasn't at Double or Nothing, where he was instead providing commentary at the Cage Fighting Fury Championships the same night. Instead, the AEW surprise debut was left to the former Dean Ambrose in WWE, John Moxley, who also turned up in New Japan yesterday. Motorbike sound segue. This wildcard rule is out of control. Moxley beat Juice Robinson at yesterday's Best of the Super Juniors finals event to become the new IWGP United States champion, making him the first wrestler ever to win both the WWE and New Japan versions of the US title. This was Moxley's first match since leaving WWE, with his run-in at Double or Nothing just being a beatdown angle, and he has significantly altered his look and in-ring style, having much more in common with his pre-WWE deathmatch days in CZW. He wore simple black trunks, knee pads and boxing shoes, wrestled a much more hardcore style, and seemed to debut a new version of the Dirty Deeds, elevating his opponent more rather than the snap version, which he's calling the Death Rider. Moxley will next be in action this Sunday at New Japan's Dominion show, where he'll take on the son of famous referee Red Shoes, Shota Umino. Shota is only 2 years into the business, and still very much a young lion, likely meaning this will be a squash match for Moxley. Dominion will also see the huge main event of Chris Jericho versus Kazuchika Okada for the IWGP Heavyweight title, and the winner of the Best of the Super Juniors tournament, Will Ospreay, fighting for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title against Dragon Lee. Ospreay's Super Juniors final match against Shingo Takagi yesterday is already being hailed as the best match of the year. For Mox's next major encounter, though, he'll be having a dream death match against the bad boy Joey Janela at AEW's Fyter Fest on the 29th of June, which he's already started building with a terrific promo on their YouTube channel.
Daytona Beach at the Fyter Fest. John Moxley, Joey Janela. You're gonna get it right now. Quick, fast, in your face. You get it like Amazon Prime for head trauma. When you sign that contract for June 29th, Joey, you become my enemy for the duration. So take it from me. From one guy who gives zero to another. Choose your words carefully, my friend, and make sure you're sure if you want to become my enemy.
For Amazon Prime of head trauma. Someone put that on a t-shirt. Moxley's full promo is actually about a minute longer than that clip and is absolutely incredible, showing just how limited he was in WWE. But while WWE might stifle its talent creatively, at least it's at the forefront of change. One of the many reasons WWE's relationship with Saudi Arabia is so controversial, which includes but isn't limited to Sami Zayn reportedly not being allowed to wrestle there because of his Syrian descent, the murder of Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi, and the Saudi Arabian government using WWE shows as positive PR for their regime, and the beautiful city of Jeddah, is that despite pushing the idea of a women's revolution in the company, culminating in Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair main eventing WrestleMania 35, lady people weren't allowed to appear on the Saudi shows because of the country's restrictions on women's rights. And I'm not talking about Lacey Evans' finisher. Part of the way WWE spun this when criticized about it last year is the line used so often it's almost like there was a backstage directive to say it. The forefront of change. That while Saudi Arabia might not allow women to compete now, WWE's aim is to slowly change that. And quite surprisingly, they seem on the cusp of doing so just a year in. PW Insider are reporting that Natalya has flown to Saudi Arabia, and Fightful add that Alexa Bliss will be joining them in the country on Friday, which the very reliable WrestleVotes followed up with, hearing news of female talent on the flight to Saudi as reported by Sean Ross Sapp. I can add that the idea months ago was for a women's match to happen at this show. Prior to her injury, the plan was Nia Jax versus Natalya. We'll see if any matchup happens on Friday. Jax is currently out with injury, revealing yesterday that she was indeed able to drop it down low and her surgery was a success, with the peach emoji. I don't know what 80% of that means. Which could hint that Bliss is her replacement for a Super Showdown match against Natalya. A hint that Pro Wrestling Sheet claim is a very real possibility. According to the site's sources, while WWE hasn't received an official green light, give me the green light, we're told the two female wrestlers were flown to Jeddah with the hopes that it will be given before the show on Friday. Apparently WWE officials have been going back and forth with the Saudi regime over the last few months, trying to get a women's match approved for the show. While WWE's relationship with Saudi Arabia is far from ethical, even if the women's match does go ahead, those working backstage in the company for this to happen should be commended, and actually really does put the promotion at the forefront of change. And it could be an incredible example of how wrestling breaks down cultural barriers and really can inspire people from all around the world. Unfortunately, WWE will likely tell us that over and over again in video packages, did you know graphics, and on commentary until the end of time if it works out. So I'm almost hoping it doesn't happen. Well done, WWE, you've turned social progress heel. Make sure to tune in to WrestleTalk tomorrow at the start of the pre-show, because Luke and I will be live streaming our reactions to Super Showdown, which will undoubtedly be absolutely bonkers. And make sure to join WrestleTalk's Patreon, where you can compete against us in predictions for the show with Wrestle League. Have Pokemon fans gone too far by creating adult images of the newly announced game? Find out what happened and have your say by clicking the video on the right, and watch our Super Showdown predictions by clicking the video below that. I've been Ollie Davis, and that was wrestling.